lovely humans, and welcome back to the one with the brother. I'm, of course, People Fly Away. If you're brand new here, this is a story-based series, and I recommend you watch every episode leading up to this episode, or you're being kind of slightly confused. It's all building off of the episodes beforehand. I have a whole outline for this series, so it's all centric. I have certain, every episode I have certain scenes that I try to get to, certain, bullet points type thing that I try to get to. So I do recommend, there's a full story. And of course, if you don't watch the introductory episode, that's perfectly fine. It's where I go through and introduce everybody. I'd recommend the episode second. There's always, of course, there's the story part in the description down below. But today's Eddie. Last week we played with Kellie centrically, and it was a shorter episode, but you guys really liked having a more centric episode towards the character. Overwhelmingly, actually. Did pretty well. So I figured we'll play with Eddie today. I split Eddie and Kellie up. Normally I give them 10 minutes apiece for a 20-minute episode, or 15 minutes apiece for a 30-minute episode. But today we're just going to play with Eddie in a very important storyline that I've been so excited to play with, so we're going to be just doing that. Also, we have a whole new intro instead of my normal People Fly Away intro, so that's why I'm making myself clear that I'm People Fly Away here. But also to be, to be clear, just to be honest. But we're going to be playing with Mary, so this takes place a few days after she found out, a few days after, our good old friend Kellie over here has moved out of her building. She did get a call the other day saying that if she doesn't show up pretty soon, that they might have to lease it out, and she doesn't want that, so she should be showing up in the next week or so, in game. She should be showing up soon, but she really does want to work on the relationship with Drew a little bit, and also to get to know his best friend. But then, of course, we do have our good old friend Mary, who has really turned to Eddie for all of her problems lately, in which Eddie's not complaining. Kinsley's definitely not complaining. She has a lot on her plate as it is with this whole Jim thing. And of course, we'll get into all that next week. That's not this week's problem. Definitely a centric episode. If you are tuning in for that storyline, look for the thumbnails with them in it, Jim and Ian, or Mary and Kinsley. I'm sure it's going to be somewhere in there. Every episode will probably hint at it or whatever, but it's not this week. I can tell you that much. And this is basically the amount I'm mentioning it is in this first 3 minutes. But we are going to talk about Mary and her struggles right now because she just got a call. And she ran over here. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I guess I should mention, Seasons is out. I've not decorated the apartments for Seasons yet, most likely because I'm waiting till winter happens. Winter's happening in 2 days. So, there's that. But it looks really, really pretty, by the way, if you were wondering. Oh my gosh, that looks adorable. That looks really pretty in autumn. And then we have a new location that's brand new that we'll get to in a minute. But it looks really, really pretty with the leaves and stuff on the ground and people outside in the cold because it is quite cold. Today it's going to be cloudy and cold. We don't get snowfall until about mid next week. And the only holidays... Actually, I didn't add any holidays. I'm going to try to think of adult holidays and stuff. I think Harvest Fest and things like that, which would be in here, so. Yeah, no, nothing important that I can think of off the top of my head. But we are ending, in summer. We're going to end in autumn and go into winter. I know it's kind of a big time jump between the two, but it's really not. Just don't really focus on the weather change, climate control, and everything else in this world. It would make a lot of sense in the world. So we're just going to go run with it, okay? I just wanted to play in winter. I have reasons for that, but I can't get to those. Okay, just wanted to make a side note to that. That Seasons is obviously in my game. I've been talking about it all week. It's Seasons a long week, but this episode, the series is not centric to Seasons at all. It's just a backdrop, and I love that about the series. I mean, we're going to have centric episodes like Christmas and Easter and maybe not Easter, but centric things, like Harvest Fest and stuff like that. But that's about it. We're just going to do the holidays and definitely birthday calendar events and stuff like that. It's so much easier to plan on your calendar. But, sorry, side notes. So Mary got a call this morning and she was like, hey, can I talk to you about something? And he's like, yeah, we can always talk. You know that. And she's like, my brother just called me. His name is Jason. He came up to my mom and dad 3 nights ago. And I may have talked to him because I've been kind of like, you know, on the downside and a little bit upset and stuff. That's pretty funny. Downside and a little bit upset, and so I've not really gotten into contact with him that much. And things. But he got kicked out of my mom's house, my mom and dad's house, for being gay. And I didn't know who else to turn to. Kinsley said that it was a rough thing and they shouldn't have done that, and I agreed, but I couldn't go over there because my parents hate me for not marrying a dentist and like all this other stuff. And he's like, okay, what do you want me to do? Like, you know, and she's like, I just want you technically just to talk to him. I was going to introduce you to him anyways, to try to get him a role model. I've known him for a few years now. He's never technically told me, but, you know, I definitely did. I had a feeling about it, and so I just kind of wanted a role model for him, and I figured you would be pretty good person to turn to for, like, you know, that role model type thing. And do you think you could do that for me? Like, I would be really honored if you could. And he's living in a shelter and things in the city. It's not really good place, and I don't know. Kinsley said he couldn't live there right now due to all the problems that we're having with us in particular, and like the friend group. It's just kind of, it's all up in shambles. But I figured, you know, maybe you could show him a place in this world or something. I don't know. You don't have to move him in. It's perfectly fine if you don't. I'm not going to be like mad at you or whatever, but could you at least go over and say hi and be like, the world isn't as shitty as people say it is. Sorry for cursing. But can you do that for me? And of course, Eddie is totally like, yeah, dude, yeah, no problem. Do you want to come with me? And she's really just gonna be like, no, I think I will see him. I mean, I don't have a doubt that I will eventually see him, but I think for now I shouldn't go just yet. Okay, I'll go. It's not a problem. I'll go. So he's living in a shelter. The shelter has made its second appearance on my channel, actually. This is the same shelter that yeah, it's just view, visit residence. There should be people living in this place. Oh, by the way, my time is now 10 seconds shorter. I thought about making it 5 seconds shorter because 10 seconds goes by really, really fast, but I go through days, like, I don't go through days when I play games, when I play The Sims. And so I want to go through days and maybe expand my lifespan and stuff like that a little. So, you're like, why are you going through one day in like 10 minutes? That's why. I mean, I don't really know what the average time is. It's 24 seconds or whatever for each minute. And it's like supposed to be 60 seconds per minute or whatever per like hour. So it's like 24 seconds per second, and then it's like 60 seconds per minute. I don't know. Something over there. Something over those lines. Mine's lower than that. Mine's not like 45 seconds per minute. I don't know. We go through hours quicker. It's good enough for me. I like it better that way. But it does bring up some complications. I think it's like really screwed up like my whole time frame in my game, to be honest with you. Which is, it's fine. It's not a problem whatsoever. Because I fixed this save. It ruined some other saves. But yeah, so we're gonna meet Jason. I'm really oh, I didn't give Jason a makeover. I know I forgot to do something, but you know what? He's kind of naked, which could be how he was. Could be how. Oh, there he is. He's not actually bald. I'm super sorry. Did not give him a makeover. Could be one of the first things that he says he wants to do. We are gonna go have a happy introduction, a funny introduction, saying, "Hey, I know your sister," type thing. He lives with all these people. He's eccentric. He is creative. He is beautiful. He's one of my favorite Sims. I'm super happy he's getting introduced to this Let's Play. Her family is horrible. I hate her family. It's just, I'm gonna be blunt about it. I don't like her family that much at all. And they're not like really living with the best people either. Like this community home it's trash. I mean, I don't know if I can go in it now. It's very bad, to say the least. And you can have pets and stuff, but why would you want to bring your pet there? No one already knows. But I think what he's gonna do, he's probably thinking to himself, oh my god, this dude needs to go get some clothes and everything. So let's go here. Hold on. My game's moving faster than my mouse. Let's go get him. You know, 'cause it's getting winter time, and so we're gonna go to actions, and we're gonna add to group, and then we're gonna go sit over here. We're gonna sit together, and maybe buy a meal together or something like that, because he's not exactly the richest person right now, as you guys could probably tell. And I don't know, there's something about Eddie that I do believe that he would definitely probably guys, this is the first time we've like really seen like anybody like from is he coming over? Is Jason coming over? Oh yeah, he is. Oh, I just need to make a fall picture, like, you know, with her and stuff. Oh, it's so cute. It's her new getup, by the way. This is Kinsley. She looks very pretty. She got extensions and stuff in her hair. As you guys can see, that Mary put pink in her hair. All those are for character trait reasons and stuff. But he's gonna sit down and we're gonna have a conversation. And basically, he's just gonna be like, hey dude, tell a funny story. He's gonna be like, hey dude, you know, the world is crap, and I know your sister, so it's not like me trying to find some random little twink outside the road, you know. I know your sister, and she's worried about you, and she's worried that what your family could do to you, and what, you know, all this other stuff could do to you. I can't believe we're gonna compromise home. We're not. I'm gonna get rid of it. And I just want you to know that if you need a place to stay, you know, I don't really normally offer my couch to people, but I think for you, I might make, Yukimio, not, yeah, no. For cheats, Simswar makes him leave. Okay. Bye. Person. You know, and we'll go and we'll take you shopping and things like that. I feel like we should help you. You know, and your sister means a lot to me, and she asked me if I could loan my couch out for you for a few simple days, and I think, you know what, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna loan my couch out to you. Just for now. You know, until you get your feet in the water and things like that, I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's a good thing to loan out my couch. You're a teenager, you're gonna go through all these different changes in your life, and, you know, figuring out who you are, the real person you're going to be when you grow up, if that's gay, straight, whatever, is hard. Growing into a family that doesn't accept you for who you are and who you want to be is harder. You need people in your life that are going to extremely accept you. Extremely, under no circumstances, judge you for the way you look, for the people you like, the person you want to love, you know. And your family is saying you to that, and I'm not okay with that at all, and I'm going to invite you to come stay with me at my house, just for the time being, until we can figure things out, okay? Don't worry about anything, don't worry about money, don't worry about anything at all. You're just gonna come stay with me for now. He's about done with the school day, and we're actually gonna make him quit school. I don't remember how you do this. It's a thing. I know it's a thing. I know we can do it. So, give me a minute. I think it's in, I don't know. No, it's not in sim commands. Is it cheats? No. It's not a cast thing. It's not command. I don't think it's I don't know what Turner is, to be honest with you. So, we're just not going to deal with that. And then, I don't think it's casting. It very well could be, like... Alright, we're going to take him home. And of course. But yeah, just know that, you know, you have a couch to stay at. You don't have to stay in this crappy place, okay? And I understand that the world is, like, going against you, basically. And I'm sorry for that. And, you know, I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. You shouldn't have to deal with that, to be honest with you. But you do. And it's a crappy card that the world decided to pay to you. And I'm not going to allow, you know, it to go on for much longer. You know, that crappy card. So, yeah. We're going to head on home and things like that. And then I think we might end this on a makeover, you know. We're gonna send you on home as well. We're just gonna end this on a makeover when we get back to the house, which is pretty cool. I'm into that. Let's get you out. Let's see. Because he was in a crappy place, so he went from a very nice place, we all do know, to a not so nice place, which we all do know. And then now he's back in a... Oh, no. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Eddie. Go back home. To a place that we all... He's just not in the best place, guys. It's just not good for him. And everything. I really like how my games goes by faster. Oh my god. I can probably raise my lifespan up from short to, like, normal now. You know how crazy that is? Oh, I couldn't even imagine. But I can now. I always thought the game's timer was, like, shorter, sorry. But, yeah, and so Eddie's, like, giving him a chance. And, of course, chances are meant to be either blown or not blown, and things like that. And I have plans for these two characters in particular, also Mary, to be around her brother more. I think it'd be really, really cool to have, like, a sibling, another sibling. I know we already have two siblings. It's a part of the story, but this one in particular was an important story element that I had to add. And I'm glad I did, okay? And everything. I'm pretty happy about it. Now, he is going to sleep on the couch. For the time being. Eddie has a huge apartment. Actually, it's very small. But it was a 2-bedroom before I renovated into a 1-bedroom. He doesn't need this. His room can be closed in and everything like that. It's not... It doesn't have to be the way it is. Oh, hey, guys. There's Jim. I don't know what Jim's doing, but there he is. With his little makeover. It's really cool to see you out, you know, all your Sims. The only person we're not going to run into right now is obviously he doesn't live in the city right now. But, and I don't know. I'm a huge fan of this particular character. I think he has a lot to bring to the story, and the fact that he's back now, he's visually in the story. Jason Hampton is a character himself, and I'm really excited to see him grow up. I'm really excited to see the person he grows up to be, and everything. He's hot-headed and he's active. He's very, you know, he's just one of those people that I'm just kind of rooting for. And I don't think there's a lot of people rooting for him, which is extremely sad, you know, if you think about it, because I don't personally think there's a lot of people who are on his side right now. And I think at this very moment in his life, he needs as many people as possible, which is why, you know, he got that speech, you know, that just because one person isn't a big fan of you right now doesn't mean the whole world's not. Just because your family turns back to you, then they're not your actual family. That there's a family out there waiting for you to come to, you know. And maybe it's just that family that's not good for you, or, you know, something under those lines. Like, he's trying to instill in him that happiness is there. You just have to go for it. You know, you have to find it, and you have to hunt for it, and you have to really look. And when you do find it, it's magical. It's the best experience in the whole entire world. True happiness, actually being happy, not saying you're happy. Like, I mean, I go through days in particular where I'm happy, but in reality, you know, I could be worse than happy. I'm at the lowest of low. But I don't want the people that I care about knowing that I'm there, because then they start to worry, and then I start to worry that they worry, and it's like this big, huge, like, worry mess. And I'm just not about that. I'm just gonna make sure every outfit has, like, some type of clothing item. Wow, it's a bit much. It's cute. And then, yeah. And so he's worried, you know. His sister in particular is really worried about him, about his well-being, and, you know, and things like that. And I get that, like, a lot. Like, I relate to that quite a bit. I don't personally relate to that, but I know my whole family relates to that. Yet I had a supportive family when I came out, and not everybody does. Nowadays it's actually getting, the percentage of acceptance rates in families actually on the low end side, which is great news. I mean, it's great that everybody's open to a new thing. Even if you didn't think you were open to it, there's a good chance that there's somebody in your life that is. And he was ready to figure out who that person was. He was probably deeply depressed that it wasn't his family, or his family he thought he would have forever. But the beauty about family is that it doesn't have to be the person that gave birth to you. It just has to be somebody who loves you. And for him, I don't see why love couldn't be somewhere near the corner, somewhere around the corner, or somewhere in the future. Family, like friends love. I'm so curious to see where this particular character goes. And, you know, I'm very, very curious to see where this character goes. I mean, honestly, like, I'm really curious to see where Eddie goes. I'm full forwardly ahead. I'm full forwardly ahead with Eddie. I think Eddie's an amazing character, and I can't really wait to see where the story takes him. And I can't wait to see where Jason takes him, and Mary, and Kinsley, and Ian. And, I mean, Ian will have much more of a story than Playboy. We're just not there yet. And Jim, because Ian has a rich background. We just haven't got there yet, okay? I think we're going to dive into it next week, though. I think I'm going to start playing with some outside household members, because all these families have more families behind them. And like this one, we're bringing in family members. You can't build a story without family. It's impossible to build a story without family. And they have such a close friend group that's practically family. Yet Jim and, you know, them have a mother who I think Jim's going to go see, because Jim is under a lot of pressure and his mother makes him feel better. You know, and then Kellie, you know, and Ian has a whole entire family that we kind of mentioned in the past. Mary has this horrible family. Kinsley, I don't really know if I gave Kinsley a family, to be honest with you. I can't remember. I think Kinsley was already here. I think that's what it was. It's been a while since I looked at the original storyline. But, yeah. So, guys, the one with the brother is probably my top 10 favorite episodes I've ever recorded. And I have a lot of those. Like, I have a lot of great episodes that I absolutely love. I have episodes where I was strutting, where I just recorded because I knew a video had to go out that day, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. Hashtag all 100 baby challenge, basically. From, like, episode 20 to, like, episode 46. 50, however many episodes I got to the series. Yeah. Not recommend that one. I mean, if you want to hear me cry and scream, sure. Be my guess. I mean, I can't stop you. But I wouldn't recommend it. But guys, if you like this video, please give me a big fat thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe button. Oh, also, sorry, tiny little announcement before I officially cut out here. Next week's video is pre-recorded, so if any comments and stuff, I will get noticed. I will answer them. Just know that it's just going to be pre-recorded. I'll mention it again next week, but yeah. I just have to pre-record a few videos. Okay. I love you guys. I'll see you guys all next time for another beautiful video.